Meet the superstars of the world's newest spectator sport, the e-gamers, who barely break sweat as they fight for supremacy and huge prize money. And in our everyday fight for personal fitness, how useful are the wearable gadgets, the watches or bands that 24/7 monitor our every move, or lack of them? I'm Martin Stanford. This is Insight. Welcome to Insight. Esports is competitive gaming with an audience. It's one of the world's fastest growing spectator sports and a billion-dollar industry. People pay to watch other people playing video games. They go to an arena to watch other people hammer a computer keyboard. Confused? Insight's Ty Genwright puts his game face on to tell us more.
It's that special kind of fanfare reserved for the biggest stars of the most thrilling spectator sports. This audience in Birmingham has come to watch some of the world's best compete in a game of skill and rapid reaction under pressure.
We're all here for the same thing, really. So yeah, just to play, watch the professionals play and that.
It's getting more and more competitive, which is more interesting for us guys watching.
These are real-life players whose game is in a fictional realm.
This angle's not what you're expecting, headshot onto Happy.
Counter-Strike Global Offensive is a computer game, and this is eSports, the precision of play executed via keyboard and mouse.
I like to watch, obviously, the best players in the world.
It's a lot like people watching football. Like, they watch them play the game, but they don't play it themselves. It's exactly the same, but video games.
What do you think of what you're seeing?
I have no idea.
Just like more traditional spectator sports, the players here are real professionals.
It's their full-time job. It's not only for this tournament. They come from another tournament before, and after this tournament they go to another one. And between the tournament they prepare in a gaming house, so they are together. They are completely dedicated to that. From day one, from 8 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock in the evening.
From live commentary to big-name sponsors, an audience in situ and watching from afar. This esports tournament has all the trappings of any headline sports event.
Like all tournaments, there's prize money, $100,000 for the winners here. At other bigger events, the prize pots can be as big as $20 million.
Very much alone here in a one.
For those who don't watch or play, it might come as a surprise that video gaming, by some measures, is now more valuable than the movie business.
It's a younger generation's way of finding something their own. Because one, you can go and play it yourself. You can watch or see online your favorite players, right? You can see something that impresses you, that kind of like makes you excited. And then nothing stops you from going and doing it yourself.
Now it's down to Devil. Will they check this? Dennis, Speedy, Nico, they're all falling, and it's Devil right at the helm of this ship, and Envious have done it.
After 3 days of playing, it's game over, and Team Envious has come out on top. These players have a month of rest before their next competition. For esports, it's game on. This is an industry forecast to be worth more than $1 billion within a few years. Ty Genwright, reporting for Insight.
Well, to discuss that further, I'm joined in the studio by Sam van Tilburg, who's head of marketing at the esports events and online gaming company Gfinity.net. Sam, what skills do I need to be really good at this?
You definitely need really good fingers, and you also need to be very sharp at your reflexes.
So the sort of computer games we might play, or we have teenagers in our family, I'm a dad of 3 of them, so exactly those skills can transfer to an arena.
Absolutely.
If you're good enough.
Absolutely. Of course, it's across a wide variety of video games. So take FIFA football games, for example. The skills required for that are slightly different from the ones required for the CSGO, which is a shooting game. But regardless, the skills required are the same. You need very quick reflexes.
What are the games that tend to get played in these sort of stadium-type competitions with big audiences watching?
Wide variety. So we see it a lot with MOBAs, like League of Legends, Dota, but also shooting games are very popular. So CSGO,
Come on, be honest. It's
Call of
predominantly
Duty.
shooting games. It's killing people, isn't it?
It's true. It's true.
So I pay money to get a seat in a big stadium to watch a lot of other, tends to be blokes, young men, by and large, shoot other people until they're dead.
If you want to put it that way, I mean, there's definitely a mature audience and mature games, but we see with the likes of FIFA, there's a lot of major football clubs like West Ham, Schalke, Ajax, and a whole plethora of other clubs who are signing big eSports gamers, big contracts.
And just so I understand the context, what I can compare this with, what's a seat in the stadium going to cost me, roughly speaking?
Depends
on
on
the UK, let's say, for a big competition in the UK.
In the UK, at Gfinity, over in our arena and studios, we sell a day ticket for about £10.
Only £10?
Only £10.
In America, where this is bigger, would I pay more than that?
You can buy a VIP ticket, and if it's a massive stadium with 20,000 people, then it's very popular, and you could pay upwards of $50 to $100.
So almost as much as you might see a football game, you know, of either code, the British football or the American football. It's a similar order of magnitude.
Absolutely.
That I pay to go and watch this.
Absolutely.
How do I move? How do I get spotted then if I'm really good at playing, let's say, a football game at home with my console, whatever it might be, and my television set? How do I get spotted by the talent to come and play at this kind of level?
Great question, Martin. So what we do is take Gfinity. We have a platform where players of any level can sign up for free and start competing today. Every week we host tournaments, we pay out cash prizes, and what you do is you progress through the tournaments, through the leagues. And as you get better and better as time goes on and you get more training, you get spotted because you'll take championships, you'll take home trophies, big cash rewards, the press will cover you, you'll be invited to studios, etc. And that's how you build up your profile.
Right.
We've seen with the likes of FIFA, there's one guy called Spencer, he's progressed over the last 3 to 4 years through the Gfinity tournaments, and now he's the biggest star, the biggest world champion in FIFA. And
how much prize money is on offer then if you become a world champion?
So the event we just delivered, which was covered in your feature, was a $100,000 prize pool. The winning team took home $50,000 of that, so there's big money at stake here.
So there's one-on-one games, aren't they, as a single games, but also you can play team games?
So
describe how that works.
So team games, and this is where it gets really interesting, is because you need to get a team together of like-minded players, but they also have to have the skill, obviously.
Yeah.
So take a shooting game, to come back to those, but even a mobile like League of Legends is a team sport. So you have to communicate with your team members. You have specific roles, specific skills that are required depending on the role that you facilitate within the game. You get flown all over the world. Some teams even have player houses, so it's a permanent house where they live together and train up to 12 hours a day.
Because people can collaborate, can't they, on multiplayer games, on all the main consoles and things like that. So a team might come together at one of these competitions who've never actually met before. They've been playing in different countries or different towns.
That does happen, but not as much as I would like to see. Very often you find the teams have been going for a few years. Of course, there's roster changes, just in eSports. There's players.
People have their moment of stardom and then they become less good again. Or maybe they go and find something else to do, who knows. Tell me, which country, as an audience, is the most passionate about this? Where are you selling the most tickets?
Obviously, I'm going to say the UK, because we're in the United Kingdom and we're a UK-based company, but we operate...
Broaden it out from just what you do, from the eSports phenomenon.
So eSports is massive in Asia. There's no question about that.
Really?
Has been
That's the core audience.
Yes, has been historically for a very long time. So they easily fill a stadium with 60,000 people. Second to that, I'd reckon the United States.
Yes.
Because there's very big teams. Only Friday last week, the NBA team signed an eSports team.
And it's extraordinary there, because the big business people behind major league sports of any code are actually getting behind this now. They believe there is money to be made or reputations to be fought over and won, don't they?
Absolutely, and I think it comes down, Martin, to the fact that this young male demographic is very hard to capture. The whole talk about millennials, and brands are always trying to find new ways to reach those kind of people. And And that's where I think esports is massive. We've recently finished a partnership with HP, but also Virgin.
Because ESPN, the big sports broadcaster, have now taken on some coverage. So here we go, the circle is now complete. You can actually, at home, watch a television set where you're watching other people press computer keyboards to take part in video games. But their boss wasn't particularly polite about it, let me put it that way. He thought the whole thing was a waste of space. He's been proved wrong, hasn't he? The audiences are good.
He's definitely proved wrong. I think last year alone, we as Gfinity achieved nearly 60 million views for our tournaments. So the viewership is definitely there. The players and the people who watch are very passionate, very engaged. They spend 5 hours easily.
And I must ask you one final thought. Is it all men who do this, take part and watch, or actually are some women involved too?
We're definitely seeing women getting involved as well. Even when we put on a live event, moms show up as well with their teenage sons. So it's a wide variety of people.
All right, Sam, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Martin.
This is Insight. Coming next. Are fitness trackers really worth it?